Hello, this is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Recently, I contacted law and crime and different outlets out there and let them know that they're sort of missing the boat when they're not covering the surveillance footage from 1330 Linda Lane. And it's significant because it absolutely verifies the probable cause document and exactly what it says, and it's obviously one of the cameras used. Now, it was leaked by, I believe, the apartment manager who lives right below where the camera is. And I have shown exactly where the camera is and how it lines up perfectly. And Law and Crime finally covered it, and they only mentioned one of the passes, and that was at the 405 pass where it turns around behind there. And it seems like they believed that that was the three-point turn that the probable cause document mentions, and it is not. So let's go over what it said on Law and Crime.
There is this video that has circulated online. We cannot verify it. We cannot verify the accuracy of it. We cannot say if it is real. We do not know if it is accurate.
Yeah, I can tell you that it's an accurate video. There are 4 hours of surveillance video released. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. The significant videos are the 3 to 4 and 4 to 5, where between 3:30 and 4:08, you see the white Elantra that law enforcement is referring to show up behind 500 Queen Road. It's absolutely real. And here's how I know it's real, is because I've been there. And here's a 360-degree video that I did. I'm just going to show you the angle that I want you to see. This building on the left is number 52, 500 Queen Road. So it's 500 Queen Road, number 52, and that is mentioned in the probable cause document. The surveillance camera I'm about to show you right here, if you go up through the parking lot, back behind there, it is right on that building in front of us, and I'll literally point to it. And I'm showing you that angle because that's the same angle as the surveillance camera. So right up there, see that camera? That camera right there is what films right back that direction, and that's the surveillance shot that we see in the 1330 Linda Lane camera footage. Okay, and there's a fence there. You see that in the surveillance footage. And there's 500 Queen Road in the distance. And the yellow building through the trees there is number 52.
So this video has been up for several months, and it appears to be surveillance footage from a nearby house.
And right here they're showing 4:44 and 35 seconds, which is absolutely an irrelevant portion. And it's not a nearby house. It's an apartment complex. And you can see down on the bottom right-hand corner where it says Linda Lane 1, that's what it stands for, 1330 parking. So that's the address, 1330 Linda Lane, and it's the parking area.
The property on Linda Lane, which is adjacent or across the street from King Road. Again, that's where the rental house is, the crime scene.
Okay, so when they say adjacent or across the street, see, that shows that, I mean, I don't know if they're aware of what they're actually looking at. I mean, if they'd watched some of my videos, they'd know exactly what they're looking at. So right here is 500 Queen Road. The camera is on this building right here. If you go around, you can drive through there. And over here is 1122 King Road. I think it's better sometimes to look at a more recent photo. I guess that one's from April. Yeah, that one's better right there. So this is 1122 King Road right here. This is the location where the surveillance camera is, and the distance from there, if we go by feet, is about 300 feet, 100 yards away. So it isn't adjacent or anything. It's not over here. It's not there. It's 100 yards away in this direction. It does, however, show the white Elantra driving around 5 different times. It shows up on camera here. Let's continue to listen to what Jesse Weber and Phil Waters are talking about on Law and Crime. Now, Phil Waters is a retired homicide detective who's on there with Jesse Weber. And you'll hear his voice here in a minute.
We are not sure where this video came from. We do not know if it is a leak. We can't confirm it if it's real. I hope I made that clear.
I can. I can confirm that it's real. I know that it's real. Okay? Now, I know exactly where it came from. I know the individual who released the footage, and it is real.
What we can say is that it has a lot of people talking, and I will tell you, it is fascinating. So again, to be clear, this video,
and that individual is Phil Waters,
hasn't been verified. We believe it's from Linda Lane, that is adjacent or across from.
Yeah, so they say they believe it's from Linda Lane. I am 100% certain it's from Linda Lane. I just showed you where the camera was. I showed you that it's the exact angle filming the parking lot. So if we go back and look at this again, we just fast forward it all the way up to underneath where the camera is. And let's see, right when it looks at the camera, and then we turn around right there. Let's just pause it right there, okay? Take a look at that. And then take a look at, for example, in this video right here, there it is. There's the fence right there, the building, and the car comes around just like that. This is just higher up in the air.
This video has been circulating online. It's been on for several months. We're going to play a few moments from it that people are talking about online. But again, we're not 100% sure what this video is. Again, it's being very popular online, but let's just take it for what it is. So first up, first timestamp I want to play is it's going to be 4:05:30 a.m. And now to be clear, as we play.
Yeah, so they keep showing this 4:05 clip and then some audio from different times, 4:14, 4:17. And I think they're just missing the boat completely on the significance of this footage.
They believe the killings happened at around this time, between 4 and 4:25.
Yeah, you can actually narrow the murder time down between 4:08 and 4:20. And it's even inside of that because the car parked at 4:08 and left at a high rate of speed at 4:20. So if you just give a minute for entering and a minute before leaving, you would have to say it was between 4:09 and 4:19
a.m. is when prosecutors say the killings happened.
The questions I have is an unverified video, as you've clearly stated. What I see in that video is a bunch of headlights. I don't see it unless somebody else is seeing something I'm not. I don't see a white Elantra.
Yeah, so when he says he doesn't see a white Elantra, let me show you this video that I made a while ago. So you can see back there, you can see a vehicle pull in right back here. This is at the 4:05 mark that they're showing. It pulls in, and when it gets back here, I'll show an overlay. You can literally see the window of the vehicle and the profile of the white Elantra right there. And here is a 2015 white Elantra. Now, of course, the camera angle is a little different, etc. But you can see that it absolutely fits right in there. I'll show you in a second when I move it forward. So here we go. We're going to slide it in position here. And just keep your visuals on the window shape. So I blink it on and off. I probably should have held it off longer, but you can see right through that it's exactly the same shape of window. Okay, so when the detective there said that you can't make out the vehicle back there, that's untrue. Another thing is law enforcement is tracking a white Elantra, and they reference this exact vehicle doing its turnaround at number 500 Queen Road in the probable cause document. We'll go over all of that in just a bit.
In fact, I cannot distinguish a shape of the vehicle itself. It's from the movement of the headlights. It looks like, yeah, they're making a 3-point turn, that kind of thing. So it would be...
Right, so when he's saying 3-point turn, he's referring to the probable cause document that mentions the white Elantra doing a 3-point turn, but that's not the right spot where it does that. It does it at Queen and King Road.
If we're assuming that this is real and it is that time and it is that particular movement of that vehicle, then yeah, I mean, there's certainly a great possibility that that's going to be the Elantra.
Yeah, I totally agree with that right there. The fact that they're mentioning the time frame and this fits right in, and that's the part they're leaving out of this show here, is the significance of all of the other passes the vehicle made and what the probable cause document states.
We don't know what the videos are. I mean, they've talked about surveillance footage. We just don't know what it is. If that is it, if from this Linda Lane, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's enough. They have to have known it was something else. They have to have been able to identify a white Hyundai Elantra from some other corroborating video.
Yes, and they have. Now, that's another thing, too. Like, if it feels like some of these larger networks at times aren't really following the case as closely as the public is. I mean, I don't know. Or other YouTubers who are digging in. This right here is 1112 King Road. And look at the shot that this has as the vehicle enters in on King Road right here and then turns left from its perspective on Queen Road. It would drive by right here. The 3-point turn that was made, that's mentioned in the probable cause, was right over here. So you could imagine they would have this very clear image of it, even with the lights. When you see the profile of it doing its 3-point turn, they would know that it was a white Elantra. And let me show you where that camera is. So right here, I was out there in like just a month ago or so, right before they tore it down. And this is 1112 King Road right here. And the camera is right up above near the door right there. It's right here. It's a light. Or it's a light now, but it used to be a surveillance camera. Okay, now look at that building in the background there. There's a parking lot, etc. If you go back to this image, there's a building in the background. There's the parking lot. In the video that I'm shooting using the 360-degree camera, I'm standing right on the street right around there, okay? So this camera here is an absolutely pivotal camera as well. It's going to show the Elantra coming in, making each of its passes. Now let me just show you that again. I'll move it over here, and there is where the camera is. Right there.
Because that in and of itself can't be it. There must be some other surveillance that they have.
I just showed you that there is another
right.
What I would hate to think is that if law enforcement, I mean, that's where we're going to find out whether this is credible, right? When this thing comes to a trial, these videos are going to come out. What would be disturbing to me is if this is some sort of AI concoction.
AI concoction? Wow. I mean, come on, Phil. It's not an AI concoction. There are 4 hours of surveillance footage. In fact, when the students are at band field, I made a video a while ago, band field around 3 o'clock, there's a sequence of 3 honks. And those same honks are on this camera right here during that time frame. The circumstantial evidence of the 1330 Linda Lane camera being authentic is overwhelming. It absolutely, I don't need law enforcement to say, oh yes, that's real, everybody. It is, okay? If you just do your own investigative work on it and look at the timing, do different things by finding known sounds and listening to the video, it is 100% an authentic surveillance footage shot from that night.
That somebody has put together to get their jollies in some weird perverted way. But I would have to say that the video itself right now, what we're hearing and seeing is consistent with what we know. Well, I would just have to say that, again, if it is credible, if this is a good piece of evidence, then this is just a snapshot of the massive amount of evidence that's been gathered in this case.
Yep.
And it is just one piece of the larger puzzle. But this particular piece is, again, it's real, is quite damaging, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, I totally agree with that. I think there are many, many camera shots of the white Elantra moving around in the area. They have tons of other information They have Brian Koberger's DNA, etc. But the camera footage that they're going to have is going to be overwhelming. And there's another camera shot that films down Linda Lane, and it shows a white Elantra, or a vehicle, let's just say, at 329 driving by right here. And then it comes around, all right? So let me just show you the significant portions here. This is part of the probable cause document right here. A surveillance camera showed sightings of suspect vehicle 1 starting at 3:29 a.m. and ending at 4:20 a.m. These sightings show suspect vehicle 1 makes an initial 3 passes by the 1122 King Road residence and then leave via Elantra Drive. Right? So what they're saying, if you look at Google Earth here, is the vehicle drove by here, then it leaves on Elantra Drive on each of its passes, and it comes out like this. And this is my opinion that this is the route. Elantra Drive, and all the Elantra Drive all the way around until Lauder Drive, and then back onto Taylor, and then back around. And it works perfectly in the timing. There, 3 of the passes take 8 minutes and 1 takes 17. I believe on the 17-minute one, it makes its way over to the gas station area here. It's very possible because that shot is at 3:45, and we timed it out where if you go directly without stopping by the property at 1122 King Road right here and drive out just like this, you come out, Elantra Drive, and then over here, and then you take a right on Lauder Avenue and go straight through. It comes out right here at 3:45. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable, the timing on that. Let's take a look at this again. It showed multiple sightings of suspect vehicle 1 starting at 3:29 and ending at 4:20. So 3:29, I think you can see it on the Linda Lane camera right here driving by. Then the 1112 King Road camera is going to pick up the white Elantra coming in. And then at around 3:31, the vehicle drives this direction like this. Now let me show you what that looks like. And this is me in my vehicle. I'm right now in front of 1122 King Road, and I'm driving behind 500 Queen Road right now. That building in front of us, straight ahead, is number 52. All right, and this is exactly, I'm switching over to daylight now, this is exactly what the Elantra was doing. Drove around, and then comes back behind. There you go, you see it right there. That's the surveillance footage. And it comes around, and this is at 3:31 in the morning. And then I think on each pass, the vehicle paused right here to the right. The 1122 King Road is right there in front of us. You can see on the left the building. And he would park right here and watch. And he would watch through Madison Mogen's bedroom for 2 or 3 minutes each time. Now at 3:38, the white Elantra makes its second pass through there. And you'll see it drive by, and you can see the shadow over here on the left as it comes in. I zoomed in so that you can see it a little bit better. So see how it comes around. This is 3:39. And there's the vehicle right there. Coming around, and it's doing the same thing, going back behind 500 Queen Road. So let me go up in the air. What we just saw was it came around like this, and then around, and then it can just park right here and watch Madison Mogen's bedroom. Or Kaylee's, but I believe Madison Mogen's the target. That's just my opinion. And he drove around and then parked right there, and then he would wait, drive away, do the full loop again, and then come back around, and then do it all over again. Now this next one is longer, and here's 3:56 now, so about 17 minutes later, it shows back up behind there. Now this is the third pass that the probable cause document is referring to. So it makes that turn, and you saw a minute ago me driving around back there, so just visualize that. And it's 3:57. Now at this time, he may have noticed that all the lights were off in the residence. Now let's take a look at another part of the probable cause affidavit. Suspect Vehicle 1 can be seen entering the area a fourth time at approximately 4:04 a.m. It can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road number 52. So see how it says right there, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road number 52? Well, that's exactly what this vehicle does. So we're still on the 357, and then about 6 or 7 minutes later, 8 minutes later, it comes back around, and it shows up behind here. Now watch, it stops and turns around. 500 Queen Road, number 52, is right over here, remember. And look where this car stops and turns around. So it will come into here, and it stops for a good, 8, 9, 10 seconds. So there it is. Yeah, I think it's a white Elantra, and I know it is because law enforcement stated it was, based off of other cameras as well. And this right here is exactly why they know that it turned around behind 500 Queen Road number 52 is because of this camera right here. This camera is what told them it did that. Then the vehicle pulls out and drives around. Now, what the probable cause affidavit states is, it states right here, it turned around in front of 500 Queen Road number 52. We just saw that. And then it's driving back westbound on King Road. And then it says, when suspect Vehicle 1 is in front of the King Road residence, it appeared to unsuccessfully attempt to park or turn around in the road. The vehicle then continued to the intersection of Queen Road and King Road, where it can be seen completing a 3-point turn and then driving eastbound again down Queen Road. All right, so let me show you what that is. So after the vehicle stops right here, remember the camera's on this building filming that way. I walked up here earlier in the video, filmed the camera underneath the building there. The vehicle then heads this direction, like this. And then right here, it tries to turn around or stop. Now, it could be because of the lights beaming onto the trees that it knows it tried to turn around. It was doing odd things. Or there's another camera that we're not aware of somewhere else in this area here. And then it drives this direction. And right here at Queen and King Road, it does a 3-point turn and then heads in this direction. And then the next time they see it, it's leaving at 4:20 in the morning. So just keep in mind, right here, when it headed back this direction, just keep in mind that this camera right here picked up the 3-point turn and then saw the vehicle heading back this direction. All right, now let's go back to the surveillance footage. And then it does the 3-point turn at Queen and King, and then it comes back this direction. Now look what time it is, 4:07 and 30 seconds as it comes around. And then it passes the camera just there on the left, same vehicle, 4:07 and 38 seconds. And I'm going to say that it parked at about 4:08. So 4:07 and 38 seconds is coming around right here. And then I would say 20 seconds later or so, it parks right there. And it's 4:08. And then the car is then seen speeding away at a high rate of speed at 4:20. And I can assure you that on this camera right here, you see the Elantra speeding away, heading this direction. And it may be possible, too, to see the lights up here because the road is just right up there. So when it exited this way, went up onto Elantra Drive, up here, you might be able to see the headlights up there. And that would be the vehicle taking off at a high rate of speed, passing 1112 King Road, taking a right on King Road, and then right here, Taylor Avenue converts to Elantra Drive, and this time the vehicle on the final pass at 4:20 when it was leaving, it heads down. It doesn't continue this whole route here. It takes a right on Sunnyside Avenue and then a right on Conestoga and then makes their way to Palouse River Drive, and then, as we know, heads south, and then the phone pings again at 4:48 south of Moscow, Idaho, near Blaine, which is right there. So I think it pinged somewhere around in this area here. And as we know, there's actually 16 minutes of missing time. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you understand the significance. Again, I just wanted to point out that I just felt like the show Sidebar sort of missed the boat on the significance of the surveillance footage. And if they'd just done some research on it, you can absolutely verify that it's real. I mean, there's 4 hours of video released out there. Nobody's going to make AI from 1 to 2 to try to trick somebody. You would just release the significant time frame and little clips here and there. This is absolutely real video. It will be shown at trial. That's how you know it turned around behind 500 Queen Road, and it's absolutely genuine. All right? And I feel like I know this surveillance footage very well. I've gone over it multiple times. Some people don't like, gosh, Greg, you keep talking about the same thing. But I realize that how important it is, and I want more people to understand it. All right? So thank you all very much for watching. If you could leave a comment in the comments section, I would really appreciate it. And hit that thumbs up button for me. It really helps out a lot. And again, thank you for watching. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.